All right, so first and foremost, I'd like to begin by giving our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Right, so the title of this video will be The Narrow and Straight Gate. All right. It's quite simple and straight to the point. This lesson won't be too long. All right, I have two precepts that I want to get into. I want to read. Right, just talking about entering at the straight gate right here in Matthew 7, and then talking about the narrow gate, right, in 2nd Ezra 7. Because again, this is the way of life, right? Right, we must go in at the straight gate. You can't go into the wide, right? The wide is going to lead you to death, right? It seems easy, right? The wide gate is going to seem easy because it is, right? Get this right quick. Hey, how specific you gotta be. Might be Seamith. I know it's in Proverbs. Proverbs 14 and 12. It said, it seemeth. It says, "There's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death." Right, and that's the way of the majority of this world. Right, the majority of this world is entering through that wide gate. Right, but that wide gate brings nothing. There's no reward at the end of that wide gate. Right, anybody can get in. That wide gate is going to lead you to death. You understand? Now, while you might be walking along that wide path, that narrow street, or not the narrow street, the wide street, you may be walking down it. You may have fun in that period of time. You may enjoy yourself in that period of time. But once you get to the end of that road, you will very, very surely see nothing. There's nothing there for you. Right? Nothing but death, pain, and anguish. Right? So we must go through the narrow gate, enter, or the narrow path and enter at the straight gate. Right? That's going to allow us to have a chance to enter the presence of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Right? Only through that narrow path. Right? And so again, these scriptures are going to show why, how that is the case. So this is Matthew 7, and I start at 13, right? See the title, it says, "The Narrow and Wide Gates." It says, enter ye in at the straight gate. And we know that straight, it just goes into a path of difficulty, right? A straight gate. It says, "For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leads to destruction." So that path to destruction, like I said, is easy to go down. It's wide, right? Anybody and everybody can go through it, right? Can walk down it, right? Continuing on, it says, "And many there be which go in thereat." So it's like I said, the majority of this world is going to go through that path, that path to destruction. They don't understand it leads to destruction because, like I said, or like I read in Proverbs 14, right? It seems right unto a man. It seems these are the things that make me happy, but you have to understand that's the flesh. You're pleasing your flesh, right? You must tear down your flesh. You must please the spirit, right? They're contrary one to the other. So if you feel good in the body, then you know you're not doing the right things. You must feel good in the spirit, right? When you do lessons, you do videos, you're in the highways and byways, your spirit gets built, right? Your spirit feels good. You understand? Verse 14, it says, "Straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it." So it's only going to be open to a select few. So once it becomes open to you, once you once you're quickened through the Spirit, once the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shah, quickens you through the Spirit, and you begin to understand, the true names of the Lord, Yahweh, the Father, Bahashem, meaning in the name, and then Yahweh Shah, the Son. Not Jesus, not Jesus Christos, not Elohim, not Yahweh, not Jesus, not Jesus Christos, Jesus. What else do they say? Yeah, all of those other names were false. Those are not the true names of the Lord. This is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, right? So and that's just one example of many. But once something like that have been opened unto you, right, you must walk through that. You must walk down that path, man. It's we constantly iterate how this is a gift, right? This is something that was given to us. You didn't find this of your own, right? The Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave this to you, right? He gave you the knowledge. He allowed you to open your eyes. The scriptures tell you constantly that how he's darkened eyes, right? David, even King David, even he even prayed for this, that the wicked, what I'm saying, be said let their matter of fact, let me see if I can grab it. I know it's in the book of Psalms, and then Paul quoted it, right? So you see, Psalm 69 and 22, the second one, it says, "Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap." It says, so that what should have been for their welfare, so the things that should have been good for them, let it be a trap unto them, right? He's praying for these things, right? And again, like I said, Paul reiterated in Romans 11 and 9. The next one, it says, "And David saith, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them," man. So again, this is the way that it is, right? So from there, read the second one, right? Second Esdras, chapter 7, right? And for those who may say, well, how can you read from the Apocrypha, this and that? What do you think? What do you think the apostles and Yahushua got a lot of their teachings from? The scriptures. Second Esdras is Ezra, right? Who lived before Yahushua. So, there's a reason why the scriptures tell you must read precept upon precept, right? It's all one cohesive story. Nothing in the scriptures contradict the other. It's all one. It's all one story. It's not even story. It's all one history. It's all one truth. It's all one. It's all cohesive, right? I don't want to say story because when you say story, it starts to seem like a fantasy, which it is not. We know all these things to be true, right? That's undebatable, right? So when people say the story of Jonah, the story of Noah, no, these are historical facts, right? This is history. The history of Noah, the history of Jonah, right? But this is Second Esdras 7, and I'm gonna start at 7, right? Or I'll start at 6. It says, "There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water." I continue on the knowledge swing. It says, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once, man. So, like I said, the entrance thereof is narrow. If you want to get to this city, the kingdom of heaven, right? If you want to get there, because it's not heaven, right? People get that misconstrued, right? Everybody's going to get into heaven, but only the Israelites will be able to enjoy the kingdom of heaven, right? And that's another lesson for another day. But where did I leave off? Oh yeah. So again, if you want to get into the kingdom of heaven, you want to get to enjoy the kingdom of heaven, right? You have to enter in at that straight gate, and the entrance, like it says, the entrance thereof is narrow, right? And it's set in a dangerous place to fall. It says, so if a fire was on the right hand and the left of deep water, if you fall off, you're done for. You fall on the left, you're gonna drown. You fall on the right, you're gonna burn, right? So that's why you must be careful. A prudent man foreseeth the evil, right? And the simple pass on and are punished. With a paraphrasing, So you gotta watch your steps, right? Yeah. I mean, continue to read. I like to continue to read on, because it goes into how, in the very beginning, yeah, the entrance was supposed to be wide and easy to go down. That's how it's supposed to be, right? That's how the elder world was supposed to be, as it talks about as you continue, right? Which I'll read a little bit, starting at. Well, I start where I left off at verse 9. It says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then he said unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. Because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Then were the interests of the world made narrow. So after Adam transgressed the Lord, after he disobeyed, then the interests of this world were made narrow, right? Full of sorrow, continuing on the scriptures, full of sorrow and travail. But they are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful, right? So this is after, but before he transgressed, before Adam did what he did, what were they supposed to be, right? Verse 13 says that for the interests of the elder world were wide and sure and brought immortal fruit, right? We were supposed to be immortal beings. We were supposed to have, spiritual power. We were supposed to be able to, rule, we wouldn't have to worry about, if a lion would attack us, or if this, we wouldn't have to worry about these types of things, But because we transgressed the Lord, as we've done multiple times, now the interests are made narrow for only a select few, right? Like he said, he made the world for our sakes, but what also? That's the next chapter, right? Kind. Second Esdras 8:1. It says, and he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. So in order to get into that, now it's made for a few people who will be members of the elect, right? But that's it on that. Lord willing, this video was edifying. We're going to end this by giving our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, that was a great millstone. And shalom to hopefully elect.